Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Old School with you here. Saw a video recently about Fallout 4, the worst settlements in the game. And I didn't agree with all of them. I didn't agree with a lot of them. One of them was Taffington Boathouse. Not that I didn't agree with it. I just felt like you could probably do more than they were making it out to be. I hadn't done anything with Taffington in a very long time. I'd started it and just walked away and decided to go in and go ahead and do the build. So here's what I came up with. I'll give you the walkthrough and then we'll do it again once the sun goes down because it really shows its true potential, I think, once the lights go down. So let me start by making sure this gate is closed. First thing, caretaker, I had to kill him because he kept on opening the gate non-stop, and he wouldn't come in the community. He was standing outside the whole time. So I didn't see a value in him anymore, and that's just the way it went down. So out front here, we've got a couple of shops. We've got a general store, and we've got a clothing store. You might say, well, where's the person working the clothing store? There she is on the roof. Yeah, this is part of Bethesda's problem. Why this is such a great game. If you could have made these AI a little bit more it would have gone a long way. I've had 2 or 3 of them stuck on that roof. Same thing happens in Sanctuary Hills. It's a little frustrating, I'm not going to lie. Anyway, I started out with the fence as usual, fenced out the whole thing, and then made a huge mistake. Using this junk fences, and I think it's like the first option, is a nice straight fence that I didn't realize is also a gate. Not this gate, no. It looks like a wall, but then this large bar comes up and the whole thing opens, and it's like, damn, they're just pouring into this settlement now. So I had to replace all of them, but I still wanted to keep straight boards without all those angle irons coming out, so to speak, because I'm right up on the perimeter here. I don't have any more room to work with, and I really wanted to keep the guardrail inside. So that was a pretty tight wedge to make, especially towards the top here. And the thing that worked best for me was, of course, in this case, warehouse walls, but any of the large walls will do it. I wanted the warehouse walls because some of them have these gaping holes. So I did not want this to be a perfect fence. I just wanted it to secure enough to keep people out. But, you know, a well-placed grenade could find its way through that hole. Speaking of the gate being open, here's our supplier coming in. So I put up a couple of guard towers.
Don't much care for good neighbor.
Nobody does.
That place is nothing but trouble.
That's what I hear. But the Shroud has it all under control now. So anyway, we got he was our first settler. I stuck the power here on a makeshift float so that it's not taking up any of the space on the actual property itself. When it comes to security, we have our police department here. We just saw one guard back at the front. Here's our second.
Hope you ain't one of them synths. Here to spy on me.
If I was, you'd be dead already. No, just put these walk-up areas for 2 reasons. Number 1, in case I have to repair one of these 2 guys after battle. And number 2, it gives you a pretty good shot of what's going on around the areas. As we head into the police department. The doctor is in. Looks like she's leaving, though. But again, the AI stuck on the simplest of things.
You hear about that farm run by ghouls? Isn't that something?
Why? Because ghouls are stupid? They can't do it? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Racist. Some basic decorations downstairs. We got some boxes with files. No doubt regarded towards the people who have done bad things here in the Commonwealth. Got a cigarette lighter on top there for the moment. I'm going to be decorating this more as I go through. Basically, whenever I go through different parts of the map, I just pick up little things here and there. So the doc just ended her shift, but this is where she works out of. And again, we got a lot of boxes with files and stuff like that around this area. We got the Pip-Boy. Whoa, excuse me. We got the Pip-Boy signage up.
I remember the last time I had clean fingernails.
We got a lot of filing cabinets, boxes, and in a moment, I guess I can show you which mods I'm using. We got a set of handcuffs up here on the top. some files, the paperwork she's working on. Got to have that cup of Java. And the daily newspaper. Probably catching up on what's going on in the community. In case it comes to town, you want to be ready. That's our police department. As the light's starting to go down here and the sun is setting, you can kind of start to get the vibe. I was looking for, as I was building the awning here, I thought to myself, you know what? I'd like to do something that kind of feels like The Last of Us 2 in that opening scene. And that's where I thought about hanging all the lights like this and kind of putting a lot more lights than you probably need. And that's kind of what we did here. But that was the inspiration for this look. Because I was having a hard time. That's why I didn't do Taffington. I was having a hard time finding any inspiration. I watched a lot of videos, but they didn't really connect with me. Although one of them, I would say a couple of them did in little bits and pieces here, and some of that is reflected in this work. There was one that basically talked about keeping the road as a throughway that they're actually controlling, and that's kind of why I did the gate the way he did. But other than that, I didn't have much else to go on, and then it just kind of evolved on its own. That's the way it usually works with my stuff. So we got the roof replaced by just putting one on top of it. Complete barn roof right on top. The inside, this is much like other builds that we'll be looking at, where these floors are like quicksand. You can't put anything on them. They won't sit. Other than a carpet. You can put a carpet on it. So you need the carpet there, and then you have to have at least like 2 legs from a chair, and then the chair won't sink into the floor. Same thing here. I had to lay all the carpet out just so I could put these tables and chairs and this plant down. Put this nice little nook here where you can hang out and sit and chat if you don't mind the fact that we haven't cleaned the furniture in a little bit. This side here, nice little plant there in the middle just to liven it up. We got the curtains from the, I think it's a Noir apartment complex, if I'm not mistaken. Pushed a kitchen refrigerator in. Again, some of it had to stay on the carpet, otherwise it's not going to handle it. You can see they're pretty well loaded up when it comes to food supplies. Got your coffee. Some mongrel dog meat getting ready to go into the stove. What's good about this place is it has a full kitchen set. And we got our noodle cups there as well as a couple of Nuka-Colas. As we head upstairs, that's where the majority of the sleeping goes on here. Got 2, 3, 4 sets of bunk beds along with a foot locker for each. Then we come in here and we've got twin beds, but only one person can sleep at them. Go figure. At least it looks good. Got our dresser here, and I put some extra clothing and stuff in here that I'm generally not going to use, but I might need it for a settler. Same thing here. Got a ton of, this is mostly military stuff so far as different shields and things of that nature. Armor. I left this up here because it still works. Why would I scrap it? So I'll throw some odds and ends in there. As you can see, not much happening in there. Kept the desk and the chair exactly as they are. Threw a typewriter down along with a Boston Bugle. That is the lamp that comes with it, therefore it does not light up. I'm not sure why I used a dead tree, but I can switch that out later, I'm sure. And we got a yellow flight helmet on top there for decoration. By the way, there's the roof. Completely covered everything. I know a lot of people have said you can't build with the ceiling fan there. It went. I think I had to get on the Boathouse and kind of force it across that way. It's been this is something I did in the very beginning, and then I walked away after I got the roof on. So I don't recall exactly, but as you can see, it is doable. All right, we've seen the house, the kitchen, we've seen the front. Now let's take a look at the boathouse. Much like the egret, which we're going to look at that in a separate video. Having a boathouse is a waste of real estate because all this is water. And it doesn't serve a purpose. You can't even open these doors. So there's no boats. There's nothing coming in or out. I just didn't see logic to having it. So the only thing I could cover it with is these floor panels, the carpet, the rubber carpet. Couldn't get wood to go over it or anything else. This was the only thing, and
Easy living?
forcing it in by putting it on the small welcome mat, and then you can force it over.
Biggest town I ever saw.
So I put a wall up here as a divider. We've got some Nuka stuff going on here in the back. And then in here is the latrine, otherwise mentioned as the toilet. Got your bartender, or his bartender looking clothes. Put some gambling stuff in there.
Lost track of how many ballistas I got.
But these people don't seem to like sit on the machines a whole lot. They just
Back
stand
hurts,
around.
Feet hurts. Everything hurts.
Everything hurts. Yeah, we've heard it before.
Out here, you gotta
Let's
take
see if I
things
can
one
get-
day at a time.
All right, that's nice, dear. Move. Thank you. And then again, we've got the agriculture going on out here in the front. I feel like I'm everybody's parent. Always have to close the doors behind them. I just turned this off as we reached capacity with 12. That's all I want. That covers the number of beds we have. Even though these security folks never go on break. Use the scaffolding to make that flotation for the power supply. And that's pretty much it. Again, we're going to let me turn my light off so you really get the full effect of what this looks like now that nightfall has come. Put up some of those little fire pits. Gives a nice glow. But yeah, this was inspired by The Last of Us 2. You may have noticed that with the police department I did not put the windows in, and that was deliberate because it doubles as a sniper's nest. From here, and they actually did attack from the water, which I didn't think they would, but so I had to put up that wall barrier there. But from here, I can look all the way off into the distance. Oops. And see what's happening. Same thing on this side. So it just gives us an added perspective and point of view, especially if there's an attack coming. You can do some really good damage from up here. Right now it looks like we are safe. Nothing to worry about here. What's happening? Chief of Police right there. Alright folks, that's it. That's the Taffington Boathouse. That's my variation of it. Hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button down below. And like I said, I'll have some more videos of settlements coming up here in the near future, as I'm pretty close to done with settlement building. I may still go in and tweak a few here and there, and I may add some decoration, stuff like that, but I don't imagine any major building going on at this point moving forward. I think most of that's done. So, y'all take care, have a great day, and I'll see you next time right here on All Night Gaming.